Hey boys, welcome back to another little Cricket 19 discussion video. I've honestly been a little bit bereft of things to talk about. I've been itching to make some videos, but nothing. There's been no info. There's been no news. Nothing. Yeah. Usually things, cricket games and rugby league games in the past, the news does take a while to filter out, and they do like to sort of release everything pretty quickly to the release date, but the release is not too far away. I was expecting to get some more, at least screenshots about the game and some info, but there hasn't been much. I'm expecting, I don't know, I'm making this video, Sunday night? I'm expecting maybe a trailer, surely at the end of this week, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, I have no idea, but I would expect it to come pretty soon. Are we gonna get an academy? I don't know, but in the meantime, I thought I would discuss the AI improvements and things that need improving in the next cricket game. So obviously, we've got the blurb, the little remarks that the AI has been improved and they're much more intelligent, and all that. And that's, it's all well and good to say that, but we obviously need to see it in practice. And what are some of the things that need to be improved with the AI? So obviously the main thing I think that cricket games have struggled with for a long time, that is, it's just sort of game awareness and the situation of the game. It just never feels right. So I'll go through like a few things that happen in other cricket games that sort of need to be looked at. So the first one being a pace bowler in cricket games, and even a spin bowler to a certain extent, but I do feel like, I felt like in cricket, in Ashes cricket, that occasionally I got taken to as a spinner in the shorter formats, but probably not often enough. Like, I feel like, when you build your player, it sort of feels like, when you bowl anyway, you can bowl dots after dots after dots, even in 50 over and T20, like, you're very, very economical. And obviously it makes sense for the longer formats, but I feel like in shorter formats, the batters don't target you like they should, and they don't really try different stuff. Like, they don't move around the crease at all. They don't, I don't think, yeah, I was just thinking about it. I don't think a batter has ever charged the bowling. I actually just thought about it then, that I don't think the AI has ever charged a ball before, because I in my spin bowling career mode, yeah, I don't think they've ever, I don't think they've ever come down the pitch, which is very strange. I don't know if that's just saying they couldn't really program in. I don't know, that's actually pretty weird thinking about it. But regardless, the AI not really attacking you as a bowler, which, don't get me wrong, like, it's probably, it can be annoying if they hit a few fours in a row, but I feel like, especially in the shorter formats, there needs to be a level of them going after you more, but then also you get more chances of wickets if they go after you, and that's actually something. It's not real. I guess it is to do with the AI. It's more, I don't really know what you would class this as, but you don't really get skied cricket balls in the cricket games. Like, the balls basically, especially when you're bowling and it's to the AI, every ball they hit in the air, it always lands like a few meters either side or in front of the fielder. The fielders never get to the ball on the full. That's another huge issue I find. Like, you'll get a miss hit, it's going out to the fielder, and of course it lands a couple of meters either side, and you never get an outfield catch as a bowler. I might have had a couple. I can't even remember if I've had any, really. I can't even think, like, yeah, there's probably been a few where it does, like, the fielder, it goes straight to them, but so often, like, they'll hit this high ball out to the field, and you're like, it's going to be a catch, but the fielders don't attack the ball. Like, that's a huge one. Like, the fielding in general from the AI is rubbish. Like that, the fielding in general is really bad. I mean, that's probably a massive one that they need to address. It's not really to do with AI. I might make a separate video talking about fielding in general. You know, just stuff to talk about. I got nothing else to talk about the game, so might as well talk about some hopes and some sort of some ideas, I guess, of what I would like them to improve upon. But yeah, the AI fielding, you know, not attacking the ball, a huge one, not attacking the bowler a lot of times. And the biggest one is the game situation, because you'll see it happens all the time. Like, they'll need like 10 off the last over and they block like 4 balls. Like, you know, that's just an example, but it happens all the time. They'll need like 4 off the last ball and they'll just hit it along the ground to a fielder. Like, they don't have a slog at it. Like, that's something that I'm sure they're going to try to fix it, like, for sure. Like, it's definitely a big issue in the game, and everyone knows it. Like, it's not like it's a hidden thing, but that's, you know, that's probably the biggest aspect of the AI, is their batting. They just don't attack the, or they don't attack a lot. Sometimes they do, but it's more the game situation. Like, they don't, if they need a few off the last over, or even if they're batting first and it's like an over to go, they're not trying to hit everything out of the ground. So, you know, that's the biggest issue with the batting AI. The bowling AI, it's not actually too bad, honestly. When you're playing like the higher difficulties, I actually think they're pretty decent. So I'm trying to think, like, is there much? There's not too much to really talk about with the bowling AI, I feel. Occasionally, well, probably, yeah, that's probably, I think the way the bowlers did in Ashes cricket, I can't really think of too much. I don't know if you guys had any, like, experiences with the bowlers doing something weird. I didn't really notice too much of it, really. Especially if you're playing, like, a higher difficulty. I feel like they bowl a more tidy line and length, and, you know, throw the odd short ball in, throw the odd Yorker in, this and that. So I don't really have an issue with the bowling. Probably the only other thing is the fielding, or this, you know, the field they set. It's very hit or miss, right? It's sometimes decent, but they change it constantly. That's the thing. They change the field constantly, but they don't change it for any real reason. You'll hit like a couple of straight drives for 4, and then all of a sudden they'll put fielders back, but they'll put them back at like fine leg in third man, and then bowl you a full ball again. Like, they don't have any sort of rhyme or reason to the field settings. Occasionally they set a field, and I think it did improve in later patches. Like, they did occasionally set fields for where you were hitting, but they changed the field so often. And yeah, I mean, most of the times they don't set the field in accordance to where they're bowling. And I guess that is one thing about the bowling AI, is that they don't bowl to the field at all. Like, they'll bring square leg up in third man, like fine leg, and then they'll bowl a short one outside leg. And, you know, you could just say it's a bad delivery, but it is an intentional short ball with the field changed. It's just, you know, that's probably, yeah, the one thing about the bowling. It's the fielding and the bowling combined as the AI. It's just very random. Like, they just change the field willy-nilly, no real plan. And I guess that's the other thing. It's probably, I don't know, it's probably a very high-reaching mark, but, you know, you might as well, the ideas might as well be, like, you know, up in the sky. Like, they might as well be something you're hoping for and not expecting, but, you know, a little bit of a tidbit, a little bit of ideas out there. I would like to see, you know, the AI being able to bowl a plan, you know, setting like a very offside field and bowling very offside, or, you know, having like a lot of players back, you know, square and on the leg side, and bowling just bodyline stuff, you know, bowling to like a plan for an over or so, you know, really targeting a certain area. Because there's really none of that. Like I said, the field settings and the type of deliveries are very random. They don't generally bowl to the field that they set. They change the field all the time anyway. So I don't know. That would be cool if the AI was clever enough to just, occasionally, not all the time, but if it's like especially like in test matches and stuff, if you've been batting for a while, especially if you've been out there a while, that's when captains and bowlers, they do generally try to come up with, a plan to sort of get you out. Like they might, really put the field straight, bowl a lot of full Yorker type deliveries, or whatever it is, have a lot of slips, a couple of gullies, bowl just a lot of drivable outside off deliveries, have a cover, this sort of stuff. I think that'd be pretty neat, and as the batter, then you would know that they're bowling to this field, right? So you have to then make the decision: do you change up? Do you walk across? Do you take it on if they're bowling short stuff? They got players back. Do you take it on? Do you put it away? I don't know. That would be cool to me. And I guess on top of that, I don't think this will be implemented. I think it is probably a bit far-reaching at the moment. But if that was the case, and dreams come true, and that is something that they could, put into the game. Let's just say, for example, it was like a short attack plan, right? They're banging in short, they got the field set short. I would hope that in that it's not every single ball would be short, right? They would give you the old double bluff and give you a Yorker right at your toes or something like that. Not every ball following the exact plan. The odd ball thrown in there is the bluff ball, or a couple of bluff balls, but generally bowling to the plan. So yeah, that's sort of not much else to really talk about with AI. I think everyone sort of knows what they would like and what they need to improve upon, and I definitely think that's what they're going for. We heard it in the blurb. I was talking about how the AI is a lot smarter and this and that. So it'll be interesting to see in action, and hopefully it can sort of play a bit more like real cricket, I guess. But other than that, there's not too much else to talk about. I don't know if you guys have any other sort of like topics about AI, discuss it in the comments. I always read those, and I'll reply if there's some discussions going on. But yeah, other than that, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I probably will make a video talking about the fielding, because it is a big aspect. And that'll probably tie into the keeping as well, fielding and keeping. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully we get some info pretty soon. But I just felt like making a video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.